So this week's rumor mill, we have Wonder Woman getting canceled, which is interesting. Spider-Man 2099 potentially joining the MCU's 616 universe. There's that. Plus, we have new rumors around the Jordan Peele and Marvel situation. So let's talk about that, shall we?
It's classified.
Hello nerds, and welcome to the Rumor Mill. You have found the appropriate cheat code to get to the news before it becomes news. Here we will discuss rumors in the pop culture and nerdy realm of things, then we will discuss the probability that those rumors are legitimate, and then finally probably a little bit of my own personal speculation. If you want the more concrete news that has already become news, then there is a full news show over on the main channel called The Week in Nerddom, which you can find linked down in the description, as well as at the end of this video. Now, let's see what all of those rumor mongers have to say, and which of them are just plain full of poop. So first up, we have no confirmations, refutations. We do have a news source for an old rumor, and this is kind of almost at the point of confirmation, but we can't. It's a leak, so like you can't really 100%. They could change anything before it actually happens. But what am I talking about? Mortal Kombat 1, we have leaked audio from the upcoming release of the Molina announcer voice saying the name Ghostface. So that is almost 100% confirmation at this point that we will be getting Ghostface in the next DLC pack. Is it going to be Combat Pack 2? Is it going to be the story DLC? All of that stuff remains to be seen. But at some point in the not too distant future, we will be seeing Ghostface as a guest character in Mortal Kombat 1. So there you go. No numbers for the new sources, just for new rumors. So let's get to those. First up on new rumors, we have Spider-Man 2099. Miguel O'Hara is rumored to be joining the MCU. And honestly, the rumor goes so far as to say it almost has already happened. Miguel O'Hara version of Spider-Man was supposedly going to be teaming up with Kang the Conqueror, but then the whole Jonathan Majors situation went down, and they had to kind of pivot really fast and really hard away from doing too much with Kang. Now there's a whole bunch of new rumors, or a whole bunch of rumors that kind of sprung from that as far as Kang is concerned. But this is the only thing that has come from the Miguel O'Hara situation, in that apparently, according to the rumor, he is still slated to be headed to the MCU proper at some point. There is very little to support this rumor, and what is there is very weak. So we're gonna say 35% likely that we will be seeing Miguel O'Hara in the MCU ever. Honestly, I would be very surprised to see him in anything other than the Spider-Verse movies, because he is kind of an obscure character as far as normies are concerned, and they're the ones who generally go watch the movies. Yes, we watch them over and over and over again, but there are many more of them than there are of us. So yeah, I don't think that that's a thing that they're going to be getting into anytime soon. The next rumor that we have on this one is Wonder Woman game that we actually covered in the gaming section, I believe at least once here in the rumor mill as well, has now rumored to have been canceled. Monolith Games is one of the ones that is potentially going to be shuttered, and so if you are going to be shuttering the game studio, then that means you're going to be canceling the game. This one seems very likely. Yeah, we're looking at 80% like. Just the source is good on this one. The information makes logical sense. There is every reason to believe if you had your hopes for this Wonder Woman game, they've probably been shut down. Sorry, but that is the way it is. And then our next rumor is Jordan Peele. We talked previously about the fact that Jordan Peele did in fact go talk to Marvel, and then there was rumors about what exactly he was talking to Marvel for. So this is kind of a different version of those other rumors. So it's still technically a new rumor, and it also goes a little bit further than those other rumors. So we're gonna split this into two pieces, this one. The first rumor is that he was in talks with Marvel to write and direct the next X-Men movie. And then the second half of this is that it actually fell through and he's not doing it anymore. So there's no way we can confirm or deny exactly what he talked to Marvel about. The only people who know that are him and the people in the room when he was talking to Marvel. So yeah, that's never going to be a thing that we can confirm one way or the other. So we're going to have to split the difference, say about 50% likely that he was in talks to write and direct the X-Men movie. The other side of this, though, is that it fell through and he is not, in fact, going to be working with Marvel in the near future at all. And this one seems a little bit more likely for the reasons I laid out in the last time we talked about this, because Jordan Peele is Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is not, and this is going to come off as a slight, and I guess it kind of is, to the other directors who have worked with Marvel. Jordan Peele is not the kind of director that just is pliable by the production house. Just because people have money, they don't really, he does his own thing. He doesn't do what they want him to do. And that's kind of one of the reasons why he's as good as he is. So the likelihood that this fell through, we're going to say 65%. Again, it's not the best source necessarily, but I mean, the logic is there, and I'm sure there will be much more evidence in the near future supporting this, but I'm not as sure as I would like to be. So that's why we're only going with 65%. So that is what we got this week. No speculation to speak of. That is just the end of the rumor mill. That brings us to the end of the video, nerds. Thank you very much for joining me for the news. Once again, there is a full and probably much more up-to-date and recent episode of the news, the full-length version, if you will, called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel, linked down in the description, and probably link popping up somewhere around my face right about now. So click on that, go check that out as well, or if you prefer your news in more truncated pieces, then by all means just stick around here and go check out some of the other stuff we offer on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember, nerds, that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.